Hello. I do.
Can someone talk to me? I want to make sure.
Can you talk to Sean, please?
Thank you. I think I have a short in my IFB.
Are you good with video? I mean, did things ingest okay or download? Anything I should not write to or use?
Use everything.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right.
I have a short. I cannot stand when that happens. Can I get a close-up just for 1 second? Thank you. Yesterday I wore my winter makeup where my complexion's a little lighter, and I was like, why do I look so pasty?
You have winter makeup?
I have winter makeup.
That's pretty fancy.
Well, it's just the tone. It just just a shade off. I have to go a little bit darker in the summer because, you know, I get darker. But I was feeling a little pasty yesterday, and I think I'm good now.
Adriana?
This is CBS 46 News.
Breaking at 4, an alarming allegation, a child molestation case at a local church summer camp.
We're here to help.
Shots fired. DeKalb officers forced to shoot on a knife-wielding man. His family now reacting to the deadly encounter.
And another mass shooting tragedy. 8 people killed at a FedEx facility in Indianapolis. Investigators now say an former employee, was part of that shooting. We'll have more in the motive.
So we start this afternoon with breaking news. Glad you're with us. I'm Rick Fullbaum.
And I'm Sean Gables. Atlanta police investigating a child molestation case that happened at a summer camp in Southwest Atlanta. A press conference just wrapping up, releasing new information. Our Adam Murphy was at that presser. He joins us live. And Adam, everybody wants to know, what is the name of this summer camp?
Well, first off, let me say this is a very disturbing story, and I'm live here on Donnelly Avenue in Southwest Atlanta, right next to the West End Family Life and Community Center. Now, I'm told from Atlanta police, this is where a victim came forward and reported that she had been raped here. This is the name of the facility. We have not received any other information about a different name for this camp, just that it happened at the West End Family Life and Community Center. Now, the Atlanta Police Department Special Victims Unit is investigating the child molestation case. The incidents occurred during 2016 to 2018 at a summer camp at this location here in Southwest Atlanta. A parent contacted Atlanta police in 2021 this year to report the incidents. However, these incidents occurred prior to this year. I'm told that it was a very disturbing experience, and that's why it took some time for this family to come forward. Now, at this time, APD has identified multiple victims. They would not tell us how many. However, the Special Victims Unit is looking for anyone with additional information and any other possible victims. They believe there are more. Police tell us they have a suspect in custody, but due to the ongoing investigation and the sensitive nature of the juveniles involved, they are not releasing any names of anyone.
This case is heartbreaking because the people entrusted to protect children, our most vulnerable population, violated their trust, and harmed innocent children. But today we are attempting to identify possible victims and anyone with any information or witness to inappropriate behavior by any of the camp personnel.
Now, all of the victims are under the age of 12. And remember, this happened a couple of years ago. That's how young these children were. Police believe there are other children who may have been molested. I can tell you that this facility belongs to the West End Seventh-day Adventist Church. So they own the facility here where these incidents occurred. We actually tried to get in touch with somebody at the church. There was a gate and a call button. Nobody answered the call in the church office. I've also learned that the suspect in custody was a member of this church. A lot to unpack. We're going through all of this new information. It just came down within the last half hour. And as we gather more, we'll have more coming up, all new at 5 o'clock. We're live in Southwest Atlanta. Adam Murphy, CBS 46 News.
Adam, we know you'll stay on top of it. And new at 4, we're getting a look at police body camera video that shows a deadly encounter. DeKalb County Police shot and killed a man with a knife on Monday.
CBS 46's Megan Packer is live at DeKalb Police headquarters. And Megan, you spoke with the man's family and their attorney.
I did, Rick, and they say their loved one was having a mental health episode when this happened and that he needed help. The family of 35-year-old Matthew Zadok Williams is grateful to the police department for releasing the officer's body camera video this early in the investigation. Now, officers responded to Terrace Trail near Decatur Monday evening for a call of a man aggressively wielding a knife. In the video we listened through, you can hear them speak with Williams. They try to resolve the situation. They say he lunged at them more than once during this interaction, causing officers to open fire more than once. Williams' family and their attorney say at some point the police should have called in mental health experts to help negotiate.
It's our position that after they shoot Mr. Williams, then you watch them retreat. So the question still for this family, and I think for this community, is if they could have retreated before they fired the shots, that would have been what would have saved his life, rather than deciding to breach his home and enter.
The GBI took over this investigation. You will hear much more from his family, including Williams' mother and sisters, coming up on CBS 46 News at 5 and 6. We are live at DeKalb Police Headquarters. I'm Megan Packer, CBS 46 News.
Thank you, Megan. CBS 46 is your vaccine team, and next week in North Georgia, you'll be able to walk up and get a shot without an appointment for Pfizer and Moderna vaccines. They'll be offered at clinic sites listed right here on your screen in Fannin, Gilmer, Murray, Pickens, and Whitfield counties. That starts Monday, and it runs until Thursday from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. Remember, these are walk-up clinics, no appointment necessary. We have this list for you on our app, CBS 46. You can find it at the App Store. Georgia is set to get $6.7 million to help fight COVID-19 variants. The funding comes from a nearly $2 billion deal from the COVID relief package. Public health experts have been saying for months that the U.S. has been slow to identify and track these strains.
Today, we are announcing a $1.7 billion investment to bolster the ability of the CDC and state and local public health departments to monitor, track, and defeat emerging threats.
The CDC says the variant first identified in the UK is now the most common strain in the U.S., and it's leading to a surge in cases in some states. Other concerning variants have emerged in South Africa, New York City, and California.
Well, this may come to a surprise to some. We know the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is on pause, but the CDC says more doses are on the way, and there's a new goal to have enough from Pfizer and Moderna to double dose every adult by this summer. This comes as we're also learning more about breakthrough infections. That's called when people are getting their COVID-19 shot, but they still get COVID infections after their vaccination. CDC officials say of the more than 78 million Americans fully vaccinated, there are 5,800 reported cases of breakthrough infections, 396 hospitalizations, and 74 deaths. Health experts are stressing those numbers show each case extremely rare.
Now at 4, a group of neighbors in Tucker escaping their condos just in time as fire ripped through that building. Police have made an arrest, but they've not released any more information. CBS 46's Trace and Bragg has more.
just trying to figure out what I'm going to do next, scared.
Residents of the North Lake Manor condominiums in Tucker awoke to a living nightmare just before 7:30 this morning.
I was panicking because I knew it was some serious smoke.
From the sky, you can see smoke bursting through the building's roof as neighbors frantically made their escape.
I was just getting up to take him to school, and we walked outside, and there was this fire coming down, just dripping down. So we, got up and ran out.
Dorian Williams is a mother of 2 young boys. She tells me the fire that started inside the unit above hers has taken everything from her young family.
We don't have anything. Everything is in that apartment, and I don't know what we're going to do next.
She's not alone. DeKalb County Fire tells me at least 4 units sustained major damage as a result of the blaze. Williams' upstairs neighbor had to be rescued and suffered a minor injury.
We did have PD called to the scene. There was an arrest made. The details as far as the arrest is, of course, that's going to be under investigation.
Right now, investigators aren't sharing the details of that arrest. While they're working to determine the cause of the fire, Williams and her neighbors are left in desperate need.
I don't have money like that, and having to take care of 2 kids after this is a lot. So if y'all can help us out any way you possibly can, I would truly appreciate it.
Trayson Bragg, CBS 46 News.
Hey, DJ, panel! Hands up! Hands up!
This new video shows deputies stopping a reckless driver in Forsyth County. Investigators were chasing a Dodge Charger believed to be linked to recent auto thefts. Deputies arrested 3 men inside the car. Here they are: Kentrell Hawkins, Quashawn Hawkins, and Javon Sherrod. Deputies say when they searched the car, they also seized a pistol, marijuana, and multiple ski masks.
New at 4, group protesting downtown this morning. They want the Atlanta City Detention Center closed down. Members demand Resolution 3259 be voted down by the Atlanta City Council and the jail be closed with no new beds. A spokesperson said that they're tired of City Council trying to keep the ACDC open, and they want them to invest in communities instead.
This bill what it will do is expand jailing. It will expand the poverty and inequity in our city. That's what it will do. And what we are fighting for is for a center for wellness and equity.
Atlanta City Council will vote on the resolution Monday to form a joint city-county committee to talk about the future of the Atlanta City Detention Center. A developing story now about possible big business boycotts. Meetings going on today with Georgia clergy members and Georgia executives about pending boycotts on the horizon concerning Georgia's new election law. Faith leaders have said that they will boycott major businesses unless they speak out against the Election Integrity Act, as it was called, that was passed and signed into law last month. Companies like Coca-Cola, Delta Airlines spoke out after Senate Bill 202 passed, and the group still meeting behind closed doors this afternoon. We're expecting a decision to be made over the weekend.
They were able to give me that he was in the other building when it happened. I'm so thankful. But my heart goes out to all the people affected to this. I want people to love each other.
We have breaking news, an update on this FedEx mass shooting. A mass shooter we have learned, a former employee of the company in Indiana. Authorities there are now trying to figure out what led a gunman to kill 8 employees and hurt multiple others inside the facility in Indianapolis before he took his own life. 5 people who were injured were transported to hospitals, 1 in critical condition. Nikki Batiste reports from Indianapolis.
They have an active shooter currently at FedEx.
The shooting at this FedEx warehouse near the Indianapolis airport unfolded shortly after the gunman arrived armed with a rifle.
There was no confrontation with anyone that was there. There was no disturbance. There was no argument. He just appeared to randomly start shooting, and that began in the parking lot, and then he did go into the building, into the facility for a brief period of time.
Police say when they arrived, they found the shooter had taken his own life after a rampage that took just a few minutes.
They found several victims injured and several victims deceased. as well as the suspect.
Jeremiah Miller was outside the facility about to start his second shift when he heard the gunfire.
My initial thought was, don't die and escape. But then when I started seeing everybody roll up from midnight shift, I felt the need to help people.
The shooting is just the latest in a string of mass shootings, the third in Indianapolis this year alone. This man arrived at a nearby staging area to find out his loved one was safe.
I came here and they were able to give me that he was in the other building when it happened. I'm so thankful.
But others expressed frustration at company policies that kept them in limbo.
They need a different type of policy where you can contact your employee or allow them to have their cell phones.
Federal investigators are now assisting local police as they try to figure out a motive. Nikki Batiste, CBS News, Indianapolis.
President Biden ordered all flags at half-staff at the White House. In a statement, FedEx says the company is deeply shocked and they're also saddened by the event after the shooting, calling it a senseless act of violence.
This is not the first shooting at a FedEx facility. In fact, you may remember back in 2014, a heavily armed package handler shot and injured 6 people at a Kennesaw FedEx facility. Cobb County Police later released handwritten notes from Getty Kramer in which he said he suffered from mental instability, frustration, and depression. Kramer also took his own life.
Just ahead, the community of Kirkwood on high alert following 2 fiery incidents. What police are saying about the crimes being connected.
And it was filtered sunshine today and a little on the cool side for us. We will see even more clouds tomorrow and some showers. I'll tell you when to expect those and what's ahead for Sunday as well coming up.
Also coming up at 4:30, Vernon Jones back in the spotlight. He is making a push to become Georgia's next governor, and you'll hear from him next.
Thanks for making CBS 46 the fastest growing news in Atlanta.
Welcome back on this Friday. We have a crime alert only on CBS 46 and some brand new video showing a man setting fire to a fence in Atlanta's Kirkwood neighborhood. And then not far away, another suspected arson attack at a bridge in a nature reserve. The crime putting families there on edge. CBS 46's Jamie Kennedy with more.
Video shows the moment an arsonist is caught setting fire to a fence in front of houses in Kirkwood.
I mean, that's scary, right?
In the video, you see the fire ignite in an instant with fury. So much so the person's clothing even catches fire. The incident happened at the end of February on Saunders Street. Thursday morning, the neighbourhood dealing with another arson attack less than half a mile away. This time it was a pedestrian bridge next to homes in a nature preserve.
This type of arson seems completely random, and that's terrifying, right? That's the things that, you know, scary movies are made of.
Officials tell the neighbourhood association that they are treating both incidents as purposefully lit fires, but are yet to say whether the two are connected.
I mean, it definitely seems like more than just a coincidence. It makes me feel uneasy. It also, you know, scares me that if someone's willing to do this, like what else are they willing to do?
The community thankful so far no one has been injured by these fires.
I'm just grateful that no one was hurt, and I'm grateful that it was at a time of year where everything is wet and it didn't create a larger fire that created even more damage.
Jamie Kennedy, CBS 46 News.
New details on a gruesome crime. Eric Eduardo Cabrera Lopez is in custody, charged with murder, kidnapping, and tampering with evidence after two bodies were found in a burning pickup truck in Spalding County. Tips led to his arrest, and a SWAT executed a warrant at his home. Sheriff Daryl Dick says this is what they found.
Our crime scene investigators located in a back room in the house an area that had some bags of cement poured on top of them, just loose on the ground. And as they were going through that, they actually started to find blood.
The victims found in the burning truck were identified as Joshua Wyatt and Carlos Benford. Cabrera Lopez will be in court tomorrow morning.
Members of the National Transportation Safety Board, the NTSB, on the scene Friday morning at Port Fourchon to investigate the ship that capsized off the coast of Louisiana. We have some pictures to show you. These are from Coast Guard crews. They were throwing hammers at the capsized lift boat. This is in an effort to contact any survivors. Divers also tapped the hull but heard no response. We have been told that the divers hope to penetrate the hull today if the seas cooperate. It has to stay calm enough for them to do that. They have not done it yet over concerns that they might diminish whatever precious oxygen is still inside.
I heard from someone that was rescued that they are in the boat. All 12 members should be on that boat waiting to be rescued in the rooms with the air.
The coroner identified the only confirmed death in the accident as 63-year-old David Ledette, the captain of the ship. Some families have been at port since Tuesday waiting for word.
Well, I haven't seen any negative tweets from Fred Campagna on Twitter, so I think we're in store for a fantastic day.
Okay, I haven't got my Twitter game going yet though, today. You know, last Saturday was kind of a washout. It was kind of a dreary day most of the day. This time around, it looks a little bit more spotty as far as those showers go for us. Plenty of clouds out there today. We have had some filtered sunshine from time to time. A pleasant day, just not really as warm as it would typically be at this time of the year. Pollen count still up there though, 1716 the count this morning. That is extreme. So we have very high tree pollens, and we also have a moderate amount of mold spores and grass pollens too now added into the mix. You can see those clouds spreading in here from the west. The temperature is between about 65 and 70 in most spots right now. It may tick up another degree or two as we go through the rest of this afternoon. Overnight tonight, it'll fall back through the 60s into the 50s. And if you look at the big picture here, you may think we have another soaking rain coming our way, but a lot of this steady stuff will be staying to our south, and the stuff to the north is rather spotty. So it's not a washout tomorrow, but you'll want want to have the umbrella handy if you are at the softball or baseball field tomorrow, because there will be a few hit and miss showers to deal with. So early tomorrow morning, low to mid 50s, and then by midday, it's only in the low 60s. You see a couple of showers here and there. This is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I think the best part of the day tomorrow will be late in the afternoon. Might even see a few breaks of sunshine and a nice sunset, and that sets us up pretty well for Sunday. Sunday we'll have more sunshine to enjoy. It might be a touch cooler early in the day in the upper 40s and low 50s, but it will warm likely into the low 70s on Sunday afternoon, and we'll keep it rolling into Monday. So Monday looks good too, but then a big dip coming in the middle of the week. A cool shot on the way for us. That arrives on Wednesday. Overall, the weather looks fairly quiet. Again, spotty hit and miss showers, nothing that's really going to cut into the rainfall deficit that we have going right now in North Georgia on Saturday. Low to mid 70s Sunday through Tuesday, and then it gets a lot cooler for us. Wednesday, 65. Thursday, only about 70 degrees.
Thank you, Fred. Just ahead, how your face mask could be helping alleviate allergy symptoms.
Plus, Toyota making massive recall alerts today. What thousands of its SUVs are not doing that could put you in danger.
And here's what's coming up tonight here on CBS 46 at 7. It's People and the Big Bang Theory at 8. MacGyver at 9. Magnum P.I. And then at 10, it's Blue Bloods. And then get all your day's news and your most accurate pinpoint weather on the CBS 46 News tonight at 11. We'll be right back.
Thanks for making CBS 46 the fastest growing news in Atlanta.
About 25 million Americans suffer with seasonal allergies.
But some are reporting that they feel better than they have in previous seasons, and doctors think a COVID prevention measure might be behind the relief. Fami Redwood explains.
Ben and Sherry Rosen's seasonal allergies are so severe, their plans often revolve around the daily pollen count.
Eyes are very itchy. Sometimes it's even hard to breathe.
Sneezing, coughing,
and I also have allergic asthma as well.
But the couple says they've noticed some changes this spring.
It's hard for me to speak sometimes just because the allergies are so bad, and I haven't had any of that so far this year.
Some studies suggest mask wearing may be playing a role in alleviating allergy symptoms. Israeli researchers looked at data on nurses who wore masks for 2 weeks. 40% with severe allergies reported less symptoms when they wore a mask. 54% with mild allergies said they felt symptoms improved.
It almost acts like a barrier between you and the pollen when you're outside. It can even protect against indoor allergens if you wear a mask indoors while you're working or what have you, dust mites, mold.
Dr. Purvi Parikh from the Allergy and Asthma Network says she tells patients to change clothes and shower to avoid bringing pollen into the house. So the same thing applies for masks.
You don't want to keep putting that same mask that might have pollen on it on your face every day. You should be washing your mask frequently regardless.
Ben and Sherry say even a little bit of relief is a good thing.
I don't know if the mask has contributed to it, but I know overall, I feel like I've had much less allergy attacks than I've had in past years.
The couple makes sure to take their medications and also gets allergy and asthma shots to help. Femi Redwood, CBS News.
And another way to reduce allergy symptoms, as she mentioned, is to wear glasses. Keep the pollen from getting in your eyes. Okay, just ahead, the Falcons exercising their rights, why several players say they won't be showing up to volunteer off-season workouts.
Also, protests erupting in Chicago demanding action after video is released showing an officer shooting and killing a teenager. We'll be right back. Welcome back on this Friday afternoon. All new at 4:30, Georgia's governor's race is underway with a fiery politician already stepping up to challenge Governor Brian Kemp for the Republican nomination.
Vernon Jones announced today he wants to beat Brian Kemp as a true conservative. Here's CBS 46's special assignment reporter, Sally Sears.
Game on, says Vernon Jones. And one of the deciders of the outcome is not even going to be on the ballot. It's former President Donald Trump. The longtime Democrat turned Republican promoted his closeness with former President Trump with a dramatic body surfing display last year.
I've swam with the biggest sharks, with the sharpest teeth, and I'm still standing.
Masks were scarce in the crowd of a few dozen applauding Jones's speech. He has promoted the former president's false claim that Governor Brian Kemp cost Trump a victory in a fraudulent election. Trump vowed to return to Georgia to campaign against Kemp. But will he support Jones?
One thing about Donald Trump and Vernon Jones, We understand each other.
Jones waded into some dangerous racial waters by attacking Kemp's former Democratic challenger, Stacey Abrams.
All you've done was race bait. All you've done was divide people. Your days are numbered with that.
Coming up, election ads already coming to a TV near you. And qualifying is still over a year away. I'm Sally Sears, CBS 46 News.